Hey, I'm here. Going through a quick Stonevault walkthrough of my 11 that I did yesterday. Just thought I would share my build, damage, the route, whatever I can to help you guys complete some 11s this week and, future weeks on Brew. Brew's been really great this tier, really fun, really strong, to be honest, really underrated. And yeah, if you guys are playing Brew and you're liking it, fucking continue to give it a shot because it is still very good. Very, very good. All right. Going over the talents first. Got a pretty standard build for you today. I'm just running Ox Stance, which is the obvious difference, right? So some people run Cheese Search here at the bottom right. Other people run Ox Stance, more of a defensive option. First time running my 11 Stonevault, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, it's probably your first time running the 11 Stonevault. So it's definitely a safer option to go with. Especially for this dungeon, there's a lot of tank damage. So anything you can do to, help yourself stay alive is fire. So yeah. Other than that, though, pretty standard build, pretty, run of the mill. So yeah, I'm just gonna go into my gear real fast. I do main Windwalker personally, but this is the gear that I have for M+. Just kind of as much crit verse gear I can get out of dungeons. Mostly stacking verse as much as I can. Even this belt here. Lots of verse, lots of leech. Crafting. I have the Windwalker raid. So obviously not optimal, right? But still definitely doable. Trinkets, yeah, definitely not optimal. Right. If you're going for pure survivability, but I'm just showing, even with an unoptimal build, you still get the job done. For sure. So that's the gear going in. Here's the damage breakdown overall. So even running Ox Stance here instead of Cheese Search, I still did 870k overall. Of course, most of it at Touch of Death. On the affix, which is fucking huge this week. If you look at my damage overall, it's number 2 on my overall damage, right? Whereas you look at everybody else, right? So I did 117 mil, and the rest of our group, 74 mil, 48 mil, and 54 mil, right? So as a monk in general, no matter what spec you go, make sure that you have ideally Fatal Touch, so that it's up for almost every single emissary. This week is very important and great as a brew and as Windwalker whenever you're playing monk, right? So that's pretty much everything outside of the dungeon. Let's go to the VoD now. Actually, no, let's take a look at the MDT. Really, really fast. Just Stonevault, right? So we got 102%. It's a little rough to route percent. To like perfectly hit 100. But this is like probably the best route that's going to do you, the greatest amount of success, right? So first pull here, you got Lust, right? Hit you with the L. Lust on this back here. You're triple pulling. The things to watch out for are going to be, I believe, loader bots. Are going to be hurting. You need Void Souls. Kicks are going to be drastically important. If you miss a kick and a fear goes out, you are fucked 100%. And just getting as many kicks on the Arcing Void as you can as well is gonna help you out a lot, right? But this is a fairly simple, let's say, first bowl if you're doing an 11. And then this is kind of the death room. Each of these packs have 2 Void Souls. Actually, this one just has a 1. But pulling these one at a time is going to be very important, right? And timing an 11, like if you don't wipe, right? If you don't get overconfident in your ability, and you just take it one pull at a time when you think it's dangerous, you just take it nice and easy, you're gonna do fantastic as long as you have the damage from the group. As long as you're living, it should be very smooth, very smooth. So I'm going to pull 1 pack at a time here, 1, 1, 1, and then into boss, right? For the boss, we did 2 sets of spikes at a time. Breaking 2, then letting the clap from this boss. I believe it is the Earth Shatterer that he does that breaks all the spikes. So we did 2, right? Leave 1 alive. We let our range players deal with this. So we let our Resto Shaman and our Boomkin both break these spikes, and all the melee just fucked off. Just not doing with it whatsoever. Yeah, kind of a healer problem, you know what I mean? Definitely a healer problem. But yeah, we just did 2 spikes, let him clap 2 over and over again. Pretty simple boss, right? Didn't need lust. Then I went left, opted to go the void route, pulling 1 despoiler at a time, or just like when you're pulling a despoiler, just making sure it's with as little as possible is very important. So I pulled this, right? Just the despoiler, get him down, take your time, no worries at all, right? I'm gonna double pull this because there's not really anything important. The elemental here is going to really hurt the tank, especially because you're most likely going to be in 3 yards for the crystal salvo here. You can outrange it, but he is just right on your ass so much of the time. Make sure you get these kicks on the howler as well as I believe it's the speakers that do the sensor and gear, right? So making sure your caster, especially your healer, isn't getting silenced is very important. So we're just going to make our way through this hallway, right? Spoiler at the end, nothing with it. Pulling in a spoiler with the pack, ideally going with the right pack because 2 elementals are in this pack. If you can help it. I believe in the VoD we missed the timing and we did go to the left pack, which was okay. But, you know, if you can help it, going with the right pack is going to be slightly easier. Then going for the boss, just really communicating with your team which one you're going to kill first. If you have an auto marker, you know, assigning which marks you're going to focus first is the key to kill this boss, right? As long as you're not double breaking, this is a very nice boss. You are going to send lust on this boss just for timing in general. So I'll put an L here as well. Yeah, we're going to kill that boss. Move our way over here. Go to do a single pull. Take it nice and easy. These forge hands will fuck you. Big time. Big time. So just being very careful when you're pulling them. This pack, especially 15, is scary. But I'll talk about that in a sec. Going for 14 here, just making sure you're getting a kick on the mender here. Restoring metals is super annoying. Like if he heals the floater here, you are just in for such a long pull. So just making sure you're getting the kicks on those. Alloy bolts if you can help it. But yeah, if one goes off, it won't be the end of the world. Yeah, it'd be nice. Anyway, going for the loader, you're right. Just make sure you're dodging the frontals here. Speakers, they're gonna jump. Yeah, I don't know. They're kind of just a training dummy. Kind of ignore them. This pack right here, very fucked. Luckily, I had a Fury Warrior in my group doing 10 million DPS on this pack. Just absolutely fucking it. But as soon as I got threat, I kited for the life of me because this pack is disgusting, as you'll see in a second. Then we're going right here. You're gonna hug right down the staircase, right? So you're just gonna see we're gonna walk down here. I'll just literally draw it out. Boop, 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 boop. You're gonna hug right around the bottom of the staircase, making sure to avoid the loader. And then you're gonna pull these 2 packs together. This should be pretty simple, just 3 menders. The rest are gonna hit you a little bit. Nowhere near as close as hard as this pack hits. So you should be okay. Going to this corner now. If you have an engineer in the group, there's an item here that you can click. I believe it's literally right on that box. In which it gives you 5% DR as long as you don't die for the rest of the dungeon. So yeah, if you're an engineer, it's like a minor, you know, help. You're gonna be pulling it anyways for percent because these loaders take forever, and going left here is like you're just bound to pull. You're just asking for it, right? So yeah, just hugging right, pulling this, pull the wall. You could probably pull this in with something else. Probably not this because you don't want 5 menders casting restoring metals. But yeah, if you just have the time to kill this real fast, it'd be no big deal. Going in 19, right? Just another pretty simple pull, 2 menders. That's about it. This boss gets a little bit hectic. Just watching your feet. It's really not that bad for the tank. I believe this guy does have Ignis Hammer, which is the tank slapper. But it won't do too much damage to you. You should be okay. And just making sure you get a range kick on Molten Metal for when the boss jumps out to here or here is very important, because you as the brew, or in the tank in general, don't want to be the guy to kick that in. So great. Going to this last bowl here. I believe I did separate these 2 in the actual version of the dungeon, so I'm just going to fix that real fast, right? Just making these two at a time, right? I believe I did actually pull this in as well. Just pulling this because it pats back and forth, so you can see from the blue line. Yeah, I just pulled it in out right outside to pack 21. Pulled these, and then making sure these are a lot of things don't know. These do not pull together, right? So you can Crackling Jade Lightning, you can taunt, hide right around the door here. They will come as long as your DPS don't go fucking sickle mode. And yeah, you just go one at a time. Take it nice and easy. These Stone Shapers with the Earthburst totems will fuck you. And then the last boss, yeah, just making sure that you are the last person to clear Void Corruption. You are the tankiest. There is no tank buster, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's a pretty nice tank fight, pretty simple. With that said, let's move into the VoD from yesterday. If you'd like, you can come to twitch.tv/Airheim. Streaming whenever I can, whenever I'm awake, not working. Yeah, feel free to stop on by. I'd love to see you. Would love to see anybody. No P. All right, let's get it, right? Let's get right into the VoD. Right, what you came here for. So, going straight into this first pull, right? Hitting that, right? 2 packs here, making sure we're facing the pack at all times, so as to not get melee behind us, making sure we get that Void Soul kick, watching that frontal. And outside of that, it's going to be pretty easy for you, right? It's mostly just on your DPS to burst it down. We did lust this pack, as I said before. And the final lust wants to be on the 4th boss. So after you've killed, yeah. Great. We got a little bit of lust left. We're just going to pull right into this corner here. First going with the left pack. There's only going to be 1 Void Soul, so it's going to be the kicks on the Void Soul and the Invader. They're important. Mostly the Void Soul. If the Void Soul gets a fear off, you wipe. Right? That's like pretty much it. That's the deal. So getting that off is very, very important. Right? Our healer is just fucking bumping this whole time. I wish I didn't have my tooltip, but yeah, just like Wrestler Shaman busted. What can I say? Double Void Souls are going to be in this pack here. We're just going to burn it down. Right. Making sure I'm getting those nice empowered cake smashers off from our blackout cakes, giving us blackout empowerment. Making sure we ideally have Touch of Death, and I am coming to my team in Discord when I do and when I don't have Touch of Death up for the Emissary, because it is very important that they know. Right, if they know they need to commit CDs to it, if they can just send it on the pack, right? Because you, as a Brewmaster especially, will be able to one-tap the Emissary pretty much every time. At least do 80% of its health. So, yeah, and that's with me at 620, right? So, not super geared, not super not geared, just, pretty above average, I guess, for the average player. Just watching front us here, these 2 golems are not too big of a deal. Pulling these 2 golems, however, with one of the packs there will definitely fuck you. Because they do this ground pound here. You see it does like at least half of our group's health. At least our Boomkin, it did about 4 million damage. So, not super great, to be honest, right? You don't want to pull more than 2 of those at a time. Then we're going into the first boss here. We're about 2.5 minutes through the dungeon. Doing great time so far. Our healer just starts drinking. I call that I don't have touch, so we can just burn this guy, right? You see the DK swapping. And we're all swapping. SDPS, bang. Emissaries down. Spikes are out, right? Here we go. We're going to back the fuck up. And I'm going to position to a spot where our shaman here can just slap 2, right? I think he does. Would they each go for 1? As the Boomkin and yeah, and Shaman, but it's all right. Yeah. Being as helpful for your team as possible in your tanking is very important, right? Like moving the boss to a position where it makes it easier for ranged to clear this is great, right? You don't want to make it like a pain in the ass to clear. Right. And then you see Earth Shatter here. He's gonna clap, bang, break 2 of them, and our healer is just blasting. Yeah, just making sure you are chilling for that. Go a little full screen here. Next beams out. It's really just a rinse and repeat here. As long as your healer can heal the 2 beams, it's a free fight. I'll be honest. This boss shouldn't do too much damage to you as a tank. You do have to watch out for Seismic Smash, though I believe that is the tank buster. Yeah. But yep. So here we go. Touch of Death thing. Bam. It's already dead. Frame 1. And I do press diffuse magic on this smash because I do believe it's nature damage. I could be wrong though. It could be physical. We'll get the AMZ out there because our healer calls for defensives. Yeah, that's where it's rinse and repeat for that first boss. So just going to go forward here a little bit. We're going to pull to the left, as I said, 1 to spoiler, right? I mark it as a skull, and I'm just telling the group, focus that bitch. That needs to fucking die, please. Also, something else that I should keep in mind that I should say. You can see right below my nameplate, on the middle left side of my screen, there's a Vivify tracker, right? You see that counting down. That is for the, I'll pause this real fast. This is for the talent Vivacious Vivification, right? Paired with the Shadowpan talent here on the left side, where your Vivify gets additional buffs, right? So healing with Vivify is like very good. Either on you, or you can basically be a prop paladin, and just basically send out like mini wogs for your group for free, right? So you see, like, I'm like healing at some points for like 4 million crits on Vivify. It is like absolutely insane. Mostly on myself when I need it, when I can, right? But as you can see, I got a few on my warrior, few on the druid, few on the healer, I guess, and then DK and the healer are so tanky, they don't really need it. But keeping that in mind, right, you can see my timer right here. So if I press it, right, grays out. I'll link this week or in the description of the video if you're interested. If you're interested about anything in my UI, for sure, just let me know. Cool. All right. Just thought I should point that out. Great. Going on to this next pack here. 2 howlers, 1 speaker. That's 3 kicks. If any of these go off, it is fucked for the healer / caster. Like, they can't do damage, can't do healing. Yucky, yucky, right? We do pull the pat behind us, unfortunately. Did not mean to do that whatsoever. But by the time we do pull it, howler's already dead. Kicks are much more manageable the faster you kill the first trash, right? Yeah. Make sure you can silences is gonna be the biggest thing. Crystal Salvo, right? Dodging that. All that I don't have touch here. Gonna burn that ad right now. Great. Next pack. Going on with these. And then we're getting kicks, so I'm gonna go pull into the spoiler here. Because there's not really group damage as long as you're getting the kicks. That's the biggest thing, right? So if you're pugging it right now, it's probably a little risky to do this. I'll be honest. It's probably not great if you're not in comms and you're not confident in your group's ability to kick. But, you know, if you have auto markers, if you have, you know, a solid group that you can count on, right? That's the biggest thing with pushing M+, right? Is that making sure that you have a group that you trust them, they trust you, you know, yeah. The calls are trusted and respected for sure. Yeah, because my group calls, you know, we got kicks, we're chilling, we can go next. I'm like, bet, right? Because I know I'm not going to die. There's barely any tank damage in these. I'm worried mostly about my group here. 100%. Our warrior dies because I'm looking at the next pack and not his debuff. He just rots out. So we missed the timing on that right pack. But we're just going to go for the left pack right there. And it'll be no big deal. Well, yeah. Just spoiler here. The biggest the biggest prio in the world. This pack is fucking nutty. I'll be honest. The despoiler fucks real bad. You see it's fucking with our group right here because we pulled left side. And the despoiler just lived for quite a while, so I'm just kind of back a little bit because I didn't realize my healer onked after the B-res there, so little misplay from me, I'll be honest. Yeah, but that despoiler, man, I mean, if your DPS just aren't burning it, that is just a key destroyer. That motherfucker right there. I'm sure in high keys, honestly, you probably pull the despoiler solo, but for now, it should be relatively okay to pull this right side pack. As long as it's being focused, 100%. Anyway, just going through this, yada yada yada, bada bada boom. Gonna go back. I think I skipped the boss. Maybe. What did I skip? Hold on. Oh, this is the boss. Okay, sick. We're good. Sick. Yeah. So basically, we had an auto marker going out for Skull, X, and Square. On the ads, and we also mostly just killed whatever was closest, right? So we see Skull here, melee swap, bada boom. Right. Then we wait 2 seconds, at least 2 seconds, right? Going to Square next, just because X is super far away for the melee. I'm pinging the void circles. As a tank, you don't really need the void circles ever. If your healer, if your healer needs to plant and just pump healing, it's not a horrible idea, I guess, to grab like 1, maybe 2, and start mashing Vivify. But your damage on this fortified shell is not going to fucking matter whatsoever, right? You are just focused on making sure your group lives here, 100%, right? So like I'm just popping a Vivify, bam, right? I see my group gets a little bit low, pump them up. But as you can see, right, like my damage does not even compare, right? It is fractionally minuscule to what my group is doing, right, as a DPS. So just making sure they're living, they're pumping, they're doing their job. If any way I can support them, fucking A+, let's get it, right? 2 here are stacked on top of each other. So we do make the call to single target that X right there, which is very risky. If you have cleave specs like... I don't know, I'm thinking like Outlaw, I'm thinking maybe Shadow Priest, Ret Paladin, maybe. Boomkin, pretty much any spec, right? Any spec that can cleave might cleave on that because they see the opportunity to. And it is very, very, very important that, because that will happen, I believe, twice more in this kill. It is just very important that you do not cleave these ads. If you cleave these ads, happens right here, right? So we make the call to finish off X, I believe. That's on our Frosty K in the back. And then I believe we just let the fortified shell eat both of them here. Which is not a horrible idea, right? Just because to not risk it. We could have killed Skull here, but it was a bit risky if we overcommitted, right? So we're going to let that fortified shell go off, and all it does is just increase the shields, right? But you can see our buffs are out, right? So we have our healer with 3 stacks, which is great. Warrior with 1, DK with 3, Boomkin with 3. I got nothing on me. I'm just vibing, right? Watching the group, watching their health pools, watching the boss's shield, and just trying, right? Adds up. I touch that, right? That's my job, right? My group is pumping the fuck out of this shield, and my job is to make sure they can do that as safely as possible, right? I'm just like the manager, I guess, right? I'm just making sure they're chilling. Yeah, and we're right now as melee with a heavy melee group. I think the best way to do this is just killing inside out. It's like killing the X, right? Then removing the square. And also, I didn't do a great job of it here, but pointing to the shards is going to help them a lot. Here, very fucked. They're all very close to each other, but we do get nice single target damage on that skull. Pop a little heal into the druid. And I think we're gonna let him eat both here again, right? Because our DK's got 4, healer's got 3, druid's got 3, and we're just gonna fucking annihilate this shield, right? But our healer having the orbs is most important, especially with low mana, right? So already he's at 10% mana with well, this is also a absolutely cursed timing. That if you get, I mean, good luck, right? But as soon as this fortified shell happens, right? As soon as we need a burn, we get the emissary, which obviously gives the DR to the group, right? Gives DR to any mobs around it. So we are just not burning the shield as fast as we need to be because we're all getting fucked by the emissary. So we get a rally out, we get some defensives out. It is just very tight. Yeah, just a really unlucky timing there. Not really much we could do about it. Yeah, I guess just having touch of death up there would have been nice, but it's just literally just an unlucky spawn. What are you gonna do, right? Luckily though, fucking Brewmaster OP, who needs healers, cosmetic rule, you know what I mean? So we're just gonna commit the boss here. Ignore all the shards because it's another 20 seconds till fortified shell. And there's the second boss down. Definitely, yeah, I'd say the hardest of the 4. Arguably though, this next boss is a bit more fucked. That's just me bitching about bitching about Frost DK there a little bit. How fucking busted there, but that's fine. As long as he's busted in my group, you know what I mean? I don't give a shit. Anyway, moving on here. We're just going to pull this, and then I'm checking the route again, just making sure, right? Feel free to do that, you know? If you just say, hey, need 5 seconds, got to check the route, right? Ignore your group for a sec, right? You're in control. You control the pulls. You control everything, pretty much, right? Yeah. It's just you and your hero, right? So I let my healer stop to drink here. The moment he starts drinking, I'm pulling, right? So his mana is just going up, and I can live, you know, I don't know, 20 seconds on my own at least. So I'm just calling, you know, I'll be fine. Keep drinking. He gets to about half mana, which is really generally what they need. They definitely do not need to be at 100% mana every single pull, but I'd say above half is to be safe for sure, especially with pugs. Pugs are kind of a shit show. I'll be honest. This tier especially, I haven't noticed that bad in past tiers, but it has been really rough here at the start. So I mean, honestly, okay, hold on, I'm gonna pause real fast. Honestly, just if you find a great healer in your keys, add them on BNet, like for real. Tell them what a great job they're doing. Like, glaze the shit out of them. Who cares? Like, just making sure that, yeah, just make sure that you have a good healer to run with is like vitally important if you're trying to push. Anyways, yeah, this pull, mega fucked. So I go in, right? I'm just gonna mash cake smash on the group, right? And my health is yikes. I am being fucking trucked, and that's before the debuffs, right? So all the 4 chants here, 1, 2, 3, I think it was like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 4 chants. Are all gonna put that debuff, right? You see 2 to the left of my lust timer. Yeah, that debuff will annihilate you. So I get threat here. I pop a defensive, and I ROP. I see that I'm lacking a little bit of threat. I'm just trying to cake smash and spinning crane kick as much as I can. Right, just my big AoE threat. And then I am just kiting. But as you can see, it is very hard to do, especially if you're playing with, you know, Fury Warrior Frost DK, some of the burstiest, most threat taking DPS to exist. If you look at the DPS meter real fast, you see our fucking Fury Warrior doing a nice 10 million DPS, almost. So that is a huge help. Getting your push from the boomkin there, right? Getting your yeah, just calling for CC when you need it, because if you're gonna kite in any pack of this dungeon, this is the pack. Making sure those 4 chans do not touch you is crucial. Crucial. Right. Swap to the emissary here. I see that the forward hands are down, so I'm gonna run into melee. Should be completely safe at this point. And that is just one of the hardest pulls. It's like it went by in a flash, but you can definitely fucking die faster than you can say what the fuck. I tried to jump over that wall, doesn't work. Right, whatever. We're double pulling this here. It's great. Triple forge hand, I believe, in this pull. Trying to get the menders kicked is vital. Just trying to AoE CC, make us comfy, making sure the healer's at 50% mana. You get the gist, right? So we're pulling, kicking, killing, pumping, doing 1.5 million DPS, even with this like defensive-ish build. Is great. Right. Great damage. Probably one of the highest DPS, I'd say. I mean, Vengeance is absurd when they're in meta. But, yeah. Then for... I actually don't know why I pulled this now. I'll be honest. We should have gone to the corner first. I was going to say for CDs, but, I mean, if you had full CDs up, whatever, it didn't matter. I think I wanted to pull this into the corner pack. And I think I do as soon as the emissary dies. So that's a pull you can technically do. Again, like the pack earlier in the second wing. If you're confident with your kicks, just making sure those menders do never cast that restoring metals is so important. Restoring metals is unbelievably fucked. And then here is the engineering. I believe it's engineering. Could be blacksmith. I believe it's engineering though. We're going to stack on that ping right there, right? You see that little shiny sparkly item? Bam. Fix it. As you can see, hover over it for a sec. A DR for 5% perma until you die. You know, not the biggest, not the worst. It's free. It's free though. So like, why not? You're already going to pull it. It's free. We take those. This pack, again, you know the drill. What needs a kick? What needs a kick? I'm listening. I'm waiting. It's the menders. That's what's up. It's the menders. You need those menders kicked, right? Bam. Kick that bitch. We're getting great kicks this dungeon. Anyway. Bam, bam, bam. Easy pack. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Lust is coming up in 3 minutes. I believe we do hold it for the last boss, but it could be up theoretically. You could get 4 lusts on the first pack, second boss, third boss, fourth boss. It would just be a very tight timer, but it is possible with a 33-minute keystone to get all those lusts off. Here, making sure you're kicking molten metal is important, 100%. Just lots of AoE damage in the group for no reason. If it goes off, scrap song, some more AoE damage. No, actually, no, never mind. Wrong cast. That is the Pulley Rooney. And just making sure that these mobs are even, right? Because if one dies, the other enrages. Not great, right? There, I don't think I popped anything for the Igneous Hammer, but it was pretty chill. Obviously, when the ability goes out here, yeah, I took about half my health there. Exhaust vents. You're gonna hide in the one corner that is not lighting up with fire. Hide in that bitch. And you're just gonna chill there for a while. The fire here, I believe, is completely RNG. Which can just fuck you over at times. Almost fucked us here in this this group. This key, whatever. But yeah, it's pretty chill overall. Yeah, moving to the next exhaust vents. As you can see, right, the space gets randomly smaller and whatever. Dodging that frontal. Just keeping an eye out, being aware. Calling out for your group if you're in comms. Just being very vocal. Make sure everybody's on the same page. We got our DK, I believe, to kick that. And the warrior ran out as well. But yeah, just making sure you get a ranged kick for that, because you do not want to be the person to run out to kick that molten metal over there. So just making sure ranged knows that, like, they are the person. You can do it, you know, you can just say, hey, Mr. Mage, hey, Mr. Voker, Og, whatever the hell, right? Whatever you're playing. Ideally not a boomkin, maybe not a warlock. I don't know if their timers line up, but yep, hiding in the corner here. I do you get like a shaman, Frosty K, maybe havoc, mage. Should be good. Should all be good. Yeah. Anyway, we do kill the first one a little early. Not too bad. We thankfully all live here because our healer's insane. But almost at 1 million healing per second, which is wild. But yeah, that will fuck you if you do not kill them at the same time. So here we're gonna skip this pack, right? So I'm gonna para the closest ad and then rop it. Right, just a classic para rop. And then we all hop in. I believe rop just works just fine if you all move fast enough. Rop lasts for 5 to 10 seconds, somewhere in there. So just making sure you're not pulling it. That's it. You can get a shroud there, you can get a mind soothe, you can get a lot of things. We're gonna watch these frontals here. These purple lines are like the only thing that can kill you here. Rock Smasher pretty much doesn't do anything. He does like half the group's health every like 10-20 seconds with Smash Rock here. Yeah, every 30 seconds even, right? Like he'll do a bunch of damage and then he'll just fuck off and do 0 damage for 30 seconds. So yeah, should be very little damage in the group here. We can honestly probably go bigger, but we had 10 minutes left on the timer. Just trying not to risk any deaths, especially this season with the Challenger's Peril affix, right? Key 7 and up, you lose 15 seconds per death instead of just the normal 5. Yeah, it is quite fucked, right? If you get a full wipe, you are pretty much game over. I'd say for most keys above like 10, unless you're fucking blasting or, you know, unless you're chilling, right? But yeah, it can really hurt groups. Just gonna pull these 2 packs here. Making sure you keep the menders here, right? What can't go off? Restore medals. That's right. You said it. I heard you. You said it. Watching the stampedes here. Trying to bait them, right? So it can go on any of the 5 players, including you, the stampede. So if you all bait it right against this wall here, like we're trying to do, not well, to be fair. But we're trying, right? So like we bait against the wall, then you'll see they pretty much won't move anywhere, right? So charge, great. Then I drag them out a little bit, and we all tuck behind, right? Drag them out, tuck behind, bait, move, rinse, repeat. Boom. Easy peas. Anyway, baiting the stampedes. Easy. Great. Moving on to next. These stone shapers. Holy. Cursed. Everybody. Bang. Earthburst Totem. You see Earthburst Totem? You kill Earthburst Totem. That's it. Every single player should be thinking that, right? The tank, the healer, the DPS, anybody. Any single mother, even the fucking Og. The Og needs to think that. See totem, kill totem. Bang, boom, bang, boom. That just needs to like be going through your brain all times, right? Now I'm just gonna crackle. Hide behind the corner, right? Our DPS are holding the damage. Our DK grips, but he's holding this. He's still holding the damage, right? See totem? What we're gonna do? We're gonna kill the totem. See the totem? Oh, what are we gonna do? I wonder what we're gonna kill that totem. That's what we're gonna do. That's right? Move away from that Granite Eruption. Trying to get these kicks on the stone bolts. I believe they're only gonna target the tank, and they don't do a lot of damage right now. At least on 11. So yeah, it's pretty much the only tank damage. So if you can live that, you're chilling. It should be fairly simple to live that though. Smash rock here. Bada bing, bada boom. I see our healer's at 70% mana, so I say sick. Insta pull. We go next. We're just gonna pull in the corner here. Trying to kick him in. Just stack him up. Nuke him down. You know the drill. Oh, what's spawning here? Is that an Earthburst Totem? What are we gonna do? There's 2? That's crazy. Boom. Already dead. Look at that. Less than a second. Everybody swapped. We killed. We swapped back. That's what's up. That's what needs to happen, though. Those totems will instantly wipe you, if not dealt with. So that just needs to be your thought process, right? See totem, kill totem. What are we gonna do? We're gonna see the totem and kill the totem. That's what's up, right? And then you see 99% here. This last guy's worth about 3, I think. But yeah, I mean, we go down pretty low there. These will stack up infinitely, right? Each rock smasher. Like he builds a stacking debuff every single time he slams. So it is a bit of a damage check to kill these. Most of these dungeons, I'll be fair, they're not real tank problems. I'd say some of them are healer, you know, definitely healer checks. I'd say rarely this season is it a tank check. I'd say Siege of Borealis is the only place where I actually feel a tank check going on. So, watching the frontal here, easy peasy, right? Gonna get the Void Corruption. The priority, the very important to know, priority for Void Corruption. Healer, number 1. Then your squishiest boy, so it's either gonna be Jew, name of the Boomkin. In comms, is our Boomkin here or the Warrior, and then me and the DK are fucking tanky as shit, never gonna die, last prile, right? So I'm calling out Void Corruptions. I think sometimes I'll pink for my group. I don't know if I do it here. We've got the Healer and the Boomkin instantly clearing. Our Warrior clears instantly on the next one. As well as their DK, right? So I'm just vibing. Bang. I get the last one. And it is pretty chill, right? So Entropic Reckoning here, right? Every single time you get the circle, you can pop something, right? I pop a little brew. I hop in the previous circle. I don't think I drop a single one that's not on a previous circle here because I can. I save space for the group every single time I do it, right? So I'll pop, I believe, Dampen here. Yeah, pop Dampen, drop it on a previous one, and yeah, I just save us space, right? Because nobody else really can do it unless they pop a big defensive. So yeah, just making sure that as a tank, you're hopping in the previous Entropic Reckoning is great. It's going to help your group quite a bit. That time I believe it was just Dampen Harm. Just cycling whatever CDs you can. That's going to be the only tank damage because Void Corruption is going to do barely anything to you. And yeah, just making sure you're the last to clear, right? So I'm pinging for my group here. Void Corruption is going to go out one more time here. I'm going to watch, right? So we got the Boomkin. Bang, already cleared. Shaman, insta cleared. Look at that. Watch the frontal. Take your time. We got 2 more portals. I'm pinging them both for our Warrior and our DK. There's the Warrior clearing, and then DK should clear whenever he feels comfy. But, yeah. There I didn't have a defensive, right, if you noticed. I did Zen Med, I think. Because I got a little, little freaked out there. Just because I was already half health. The 4 brew, or not 4 brew. Yeah. Our brew just came up. But I just Zen Med. You know, you can do it. You're not gonna get meleeed, so you do get a free 60% DR. Free time to press Zen Med. One of the free times, I guess, right? This whole tier. But yeah, it does get a bit risky here at the end. I probably should have popped 4 brew in retrospect. We're chilling. That's the only tank damage you're gonna get, and it's fairly small. So yeah, just doing that. Burn the boss, and that is the 11 done. Pretty handedly. Yeah, I'll tab back in the game here just to show the interrupts. Personally, I was mostly on bolts. But just making sure, right, those censoring gears, those restoring metals, right, our group was very strong in the kicks. You know, Druid, you know. 07, he's still got 2 restoring metals, even though I only kicked 4 times. It's all good. It's all good, right? Yeah. Things to watch out for, you know. I hope this video helps. For sure. Right. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll drop this week or here underneath my character. in the description if you're interested. Yeah. Cool, man. Hope you guys have a good day. And yeah, stay keen. Peace.